What is going on, my beautiful people? As you can see, we are out in the field today behind where I have been putting the mineral out for deer so far this 2021-2022 season. And today is going to be the first installment from the video that I'm going to link up above, where my wife actually went with me to Bass Pro Shop and I had her pick out a bunch of different minerals and substances and attractants to put out for deer here on our local property. That way we can try to bring deer in. I thought it would be a fun experiment. So if you haven't seen what products that we're going to be putting out in the video, make sure you go and check out that link above. I show her process of picking it out and what she was thinking, why she picked these products and everything like that. So I really would highly recommend you go see that. That way you know what video or what the product is that we're putting out. So what we're going to do in this location is she had picked out this for us. A lot of you will know what this is. It's a trophy rock. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put it in the middle of our mineral site back behind us. And then, of course, we are also going to be doing the Vanish by Wildgames. This is a low-vis deer attractant. So we're going to be able to tell just how low-vis this stuff is. All right, so the best way to put out our trophy rock. Nailed it. Vanish deer attractant. And you can see that it is very dark. You can see little pieces of corn, and it smells like most other attractants. So we're going to go ahead and start sprinkling it out and see if it starts to disappear. So far, I think it's just supposed to be brown. Like, it's just supposed to look like dirt. But when it's on red clay, doesn't really do that. All right, so first opinions after putting out the Wildgames Vanish was, I guess if you had somewhere that was more soil versus this red clay, it would stand out a lot less. I feel like with it being red all around here, this black, brown, earth tone kind of does stand out. But if you were somewhere where it was more dirt, more soil versus the red clay, it would stand out a lot less. One thing I will say, though, is it does look a lot different compared to other minerals that are more white or more corn yellow or various other colors. I know I've had some reds for like some apple scented things. So it does stand out less than them, but I still feel like any hunter, if they come up on this, they're going to kind of know what it is. But hopefully, you know, you're not getting this just for looks, and we'll be able to tell what our trail camera says in the next couple weeks when we come back out here. So like always, we're going to give it 2 weeks. We'll come back, check the trail camera, and we'll take a look and see what's been coming out to it. And I'll let you know whether this is a product you should continue to use or not.
Here's Banner.
Yep. All right, everybody, so we have made it back after 2 weeks, and we are going to be taking a look at the site where we put out the Wildgames Vanish mineral as well as the trophy rock. So right here we have our first photo, and that is actually us walking to make sure that the camera was on. As you can see, that Vanish is out on the ground. And we have Candace and Banner who assisted me in putting out that mineral. And we put it out the 26th at 3:15 p.m. And about 4 hours later, we had our first visitor. And this is a doe. I've been calling her Spot because if you look right above that back left hip, she actually has a little spot where some furs come off. And she's a deer that we get a lot of photos of right in this area. But it was pretty cool that even after 4 hours, we already had deer in, and you know, despite our scent being there, these deer really don't care too much. And then later that night, we had another doe come in. I'm pretty sure the one that is right here is still Spot, and then this is another doe that's come up.
A possum?
Yep, there's a possum that came up, and it actually spooked the deer a little further back. You can see her back there. This is not a deer with a blind eye, because both eyes are lit up.
Yeah.
That is the deer with the blind eye. And we have both of the does that were there previously, as well as that possum, still sharing in the love of the, this deer's actually looking right on that trophy rock. And she ran off the doe with the blind eye for whatever reason. She's very territorial of this mineral site. The next morning on the 27th, we have a spike that's rolled up. And we actually had a couple pictures of the spike in the last video, but here's a better look at him. Then, of course, we had another doe come through, and then we had this picture on the 27th, which was interesting because I don't know, there's like this little mark on its back, like right around its spine. I don't think it would have been shot. This could be like a horsefly or something that had bit that.
It looks like a bug.
Yeah, or like some sort of weird growth. I don't think anything would have like shot it right there, because if so, that would have been like vertebrae. It would have broke its spine or something like that. Got a bobcat come in.
Scary.
Yeah, that was 27th at 10:53, and it was right there in front of the camera. Really pretty, but...
Do you think it was just passing through, or...?
That's what it looks like. I haven't really... There's been a couple times we've gotten pictures of bobcats right here, but it's not a very reoccurring event.
Yeah.
But walked right through there. And then later that day we had another deer come through. It was a couple hours later. And then, of course, we have Spot and another deer. Actually, it looks like Spot's the one getting ran away. So maybe Spot has the blind eye. But she's getting chased out by another deer. And then we had a buck come in.
Yeah.
As well as 2 does. And he walks over here. We don't really get too good of a photo of him, but I can tell he's a younger buck. But he ends up coming right up into the mineral site.
Nice.
I can't tell if this is Buns or not from these photos, to be honest with you. He doesn't look quite old enough.
Doesn't look tall enough.
Yeah. But those are the last photos that we got. Unfortunately, with this trail camera, it took like 2,000 photos. I guess I had my settings too sensitive. But those deer literally stood there all day. So we put it out on the 26th of June, and we didn't pick it up to 2 weeks later, and we ended up with a little over a day's worth of footage. So, you know, for one day at this mineral site, that was pretty good.
We had a lot of rain.
Yeah, we did have a lot of rain that washed out a bunch of stuff. It rained like every afternoon for 2 weeks. I think the whole time this camera was out, it absolutely flooded in the afternoons. But anyways, I mean, I think it was a pretty good product. It definitely brought deer in. Deer definitely enjoyed the area. It didn't scare away deer, so. Yeah,
this one was interesting. The color was a lot different. It was that just murky brown color. Like we said in the other video, you know, our area has that red clay, which it kind of stands out against anyway. But it was a pretty interesting concept for a unique product, which I liked. So.
Yeah, anywhere where you have more soil-based dirt instead of clay-based, it would blend in a lot easier. You're still going to see where the deer are tearing up the ground, obviously, but it's a lot easier for it to quote-unquote vanish, I guess, than it did in this situation. But like most of these big box products, you know, it worked. It brought deer in, it held deer. We weren't able to see if these same deer were reoccurring, but I would believe that they are. So
yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the verse of the week, which is Psalm 73:26. My health may fail and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart. He is mine forever. And I really like that. It just shows the consistency of God, that no matter what happens to our body physically, God's always going to be there and our spirit can stay strong. So, hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks for spending this time with us. And try out Vanish. You know, it's not sponsored, but clearly it works. So if you're in a big box store and you want to try it, give it a grab. But anyways, thanks for watching. And always remember, when nature calls or God calls, you better answer. Peace out.